Hello and welcome to this video brought to you by Smart Edu Hub Mumbai. Today's topic is ray diagrams for converging lenses. Now here not only will I show you how to draw the ray diagrams, but I'll give you tricks how to memorize all the different ray diagrams and how to remember whether the image will be magnified or it will be diminished or it will be located between f and 2f or whatever. So I'll give you tricks wherein it will become very easy for you to remember all of the data. So first is I'll draw my horizontal line, which is my principal axis. So this is my horizontal line, my principal axis, and suppose this is where I'm going to place my lens. So this is the position of my lens here, and at an equal distance I can take my f. So even on the left side I'll mark my position of my f, and again I will mark 2f. Once again I'll mark my 2f. So what is this f and 2f? Well, f is the focal length, and focal length of a lens is fixed for a particular lens. So every lens in general will have its own focal length, and whenever you're drawing ray diagrams you have to see to it that you're marking the f on either side of the lens. So at the center I'm leaving a dot blank because there I'm going to draw a lens through that point. So on the left and right side I'm going to mark my f, and then I'm going to mark my 2f. So here is my 2f. 2f is twice the focal length. And now let me draw my lens. Now the convention that I'm going to use is approved by the CI for drawing the lens. So here I draw my lens, and see to it that you're drawing it same distance above as below. So I draw it again the same distance below. Okay, so if I draw an arrow up and I draw an arrow down, so this is the sign or the symbol for a lens. So I have marked my f, I have marked my 2f, and now it's time to start drawing the ray diagram. And for ray diagram I first need to decide where I'm going to place my object. So suppose I tell you that my object will be placed beyond 2f. So at this position of the object I need to find out where will be my image and what will be its nature. So for example, if I decide that this is the position of my object and maybe I can just make my object smaller, a bit shorter. Okay, so then in that case, to show my object is upright, I'm going to put an arrow. Now my job is to start drawing the lines that will lead me to my image. And the first thing you need to do is you need to keep your scale exactly parallel. And once you keep it parallel, then you need to start drawing the lines. And ideally there are 3 lines, but with 2 lines also you can get your image position. So this is the line that goes parallel to the principal axis, and after that when it touches the lens it cuts f. So this is how it continues after crossing the lens. That is the first line. The second line is going to start from the top of the object and it'll go through and through the center of the lens. So this is how you're going to construct your ray diagrams. And to mark the position of the object, you simply need to drop a line from the principal axis to the point where the two lines intersect. So that's going to be your image. And this is my object represented by O. Now let me explain to you the nature and the size and the position of the image. So image is, first of all, it is smaller in size than the object. So we describe the image as diminished. It is also inverted. See, the arrow is pointing downwards. The image is formed by the rays actually cutting each other. So it is a real image. And where is the position? It is between F and 2F. Remember, I've told you after finishing all the 4 ray diagrams, I'm going to give you quick tips on how to remember all the details about the image. So as of now, chill. So once again, I have drawn my principal axis. I'm marking the position for the lens that I shall draw later. And then this is where my F is. This is where my 2F is. Once again, this is where my F is, and this is where my 2F is. Okay, and maybe I can place my object. Okay, I'll see that later. So now, first let me mark the position of the F. This is F. F has to be marked on both the sides, followed by 2F. And remember, in the exams, usually they'll give you the value of F. In case they don't give you, don't worry, you can take your own values. But see that the F value has to be the same on both the sides, and 2F has to be double of F. Now let me draw the lens. And again, like I told you, the lens has to be equal distance above the principal axis as it is below. So here I take okay. So I've drawn my lens, and now I need to decide where I'm going to place my object. Suppose if I tell you this time that my object is between F and 2F. So now I need to decide where my image is going to be. So after drawing the ray diagrams, we'll be able to find. So the first thing you know that you're going to draw your object which is between F and 2F this time. So I'm going to draw my object. So this is my object. Okay. And I'm now going to draw my first line of construction, and again I have to take care to see that my scale is horizontal. Okay, so now the first ray begins from the top of the object and it goes straight till the lens, and then it cuts the principal axis through F. So then I turn this scale here and I draw it going straight through F. This is my first line of construction. Second is the line begins from the top of the object and it goes straight through the center of the lens. So it goes like this. and where these two lines intersect is the point up to where from the principal axis I'm going to mark my image. So here I mark my image in this way. So now let's describe the image. Well, as you can see, the image is larger in size, so it is magnified. Where is it positioned? It is beyond 2f, and it is again inverted because the arrow is pointing downward, and it is also real because it is formed by rays of light actually cutting each other. So now we take another position of the object, and this time the object will be positioned at 2f. So once again I draw my principal axis, and after that I mark the positions of the lens and my f and 2f. Okay, and now I'll label them. So this is my f, this is the 2f. Once again, this is my f, this is my 2f. And now I make my ruler vertical and I draw my lens. And my lens, once again, it is equal distance above the principal axis as it is below. Okay. So again I draw the arrows to show the symbol of a lens. So there is no need to mark it as lens because the symbol itself stands for the lens. Now I'm going to keep it at 2f like I told you before. So I'm going to draw my object of a suitable length. If the height of the object is given to you in the examination, well and good. If it is not given, do not worry. You can take your own length. But remember, whatever data they are telling you, you have to use that. Okay. Now the next thing is to draw the first line up to the lens and then the second line cutting the other side through the F. So this is your first ray, and the second ray again as usual is okay. I'm so sorry for being slow, but it is really difficult to draw on a screen. Okay. So now what do you get? And now I'm going to draw my image at this point. So ideally, let me note down what I have obtained. If my object is at 2f, then I have my image also at 2f. It is the same size. Also, it is inverted. Note the arrows pointing downwards, and it is real because it is formed by rays of light that are actually meeting each other. And remember to draw the arrows showing the ray of the light traveling in the direction. If arrows are not there, you'll lose your marks. So let me check if, yeah, see, in the flow of drawing, I actually overlooked to draw the rays, the direction of the rays rather. So you also make it a point to draw the direction in which the rays are traveling. Okay, so now coming to the last construction, and that is the magnifying lens diagram. And once again I have drawn my principal axis. Now I'm going to mark my lens. Then this is my F, this is 2F, once again this is my F. Sorry for that, that wasn't perfect. So this is my F and this is my 2F. So after that, the next thing, you know what I'm going to do is, oh, I guess I erased. Okay, doesn't matter. I erased my principal axis while I was trying to erase my points, the F and 2F. Okay, so this is the lens again. This is the F. This is the 2F. This is the F. And this is the 2F. So now I'm going to draw. I'm going to first mark my F and 2F. So this is my F. This is the 2F. Sorry. This is my F and this is my 2F. This is my F, this is my 2F. And now I'm going to draw my lens. So the lens again will be equal distance above as it is below. So I draw this as okay. So here I draw my lens. And now I'll draw my object. Now in this case, the object has to be drawn between F and the lens. So anywhere you can place it. So I'm placing it here. And I draw the object first. So this is my object and I mark my object. Now this is going to be very challenging. Sometimes you really do not get your image soon because the image is on the same side. You'll see when I'm constructing. So this is the first line that goes parallel to the principal axis. Then in the same way, this line after cutting the principal axis will travel through F on the other side. So here I'm going to draw it. So this is it. And then I'm going to draw the second line also in the same way. Remember, it has to pass through the center of the lens. So it is going to pass in this way. So now remember, after the video I'm going to give you some tips on how to remember all of these ray diagrams. So second ray goes down like this. So then does it mean that there is no image that is formed? Well, no, the image is formed, but it is a virtual image because the rays of light appear to meet on the other side of the principal axis. So this is, ideally need to draw dotted lines. I'm drawing plain lines because I do not know where exactly this can meet. So now if you are constructing it, you can actually produce the rays backwards. So maybe I'll just try to make it dotted. Yeah, I think I can do that. So this is how ideally you have to do, like that's how it is done. Okay, so now where is my image formed? My image is formed exactly behind the object. So this is my image, and I mark this with an eye. So let us describe our object and image. So our object, where is our object? It is between F and the lens. And where is my image? The image is beyond, or you can say it is behind the object, because it can be anywhere, right? So it is behind the object. What else? Obviously it is magnified. Next, it is upright. Ideally it is on the same side of the lens. It is behind the object and same side of the lens. So this is about the construction part. Now also one more thing, it is a virtual image, because like I told you, the rays of light, as you can see, the yellow rays are passing down below the principal axis, but what forms the image is actually the dotted lines that have been produced behind the yellow lines. So the rays of light are actually not meeting, they appear to meet, and therefore the image is a virtual image. Okay, now I'll give you tips how to remember all the different kinds of image positions and the characteristics in a matter of just 2 to 3 minutes. So here's a quick tip, and the tip is, if your object is beyond 2f, then the image is between f and 2f. So now next time, if you have been asked to place your object between f and 2f, remember the image is going to be beyond 2f. So isn't it opposite? Okay. Not only this, but other things also will become very easy. The image will be diminished. Here it will be magnified. So see, the first two cases are exact opposite of each other. Next is, both of them are going to be real, and both of them are going to be inverted. So this is how you can remember the first two things. If the object is beyond 2f, the image is between f and 2f. And if the image object is between f and 2f, the image is going to be beyond 2f. So this is it. Third one is very easy. Third one is, if the object is at 2f, image also will be at 2f, and it will be the same size. Rest things being the same, that is, it's going to be real, it's going to be inverted. Okay, and when it is between f and the lens, now you know it's a special case. So if it is between f and the lens, it's going to be on the same side, or you can say it is behind the object. Next is, it's going to be virtual in this case. So it's not real, it's virtual. Remember, in all the four constructions, this is the only virtual one, and it is going to be upright. Okay, so this is how you're going to remember, for a given object position, what are the image details. And as you saw, it's very simple. With practice, it becomes even more easier. So, well, that's all in this video on constructions of ray diagrams using the convex lens. And I hope you like watching my video. Please do subscribe to my channel if you like. Thank you.